You wrote the wish on paper. You said the affirmation at noon. You stared into the mirror and told yourself the new name. Nothing has moved. Your wallet stays empty. Your face stays the same. Your own body slides the words back under your door, still closed. Every morning, the same mirror tells you the same 5 lies. The face in the glass is small. The shelf inside the chest is full. The house is already built. There is no room left. 5 people stopped believing that mirror. 5 faces changed in the dark. A lightning man, an inventor asleep in his chair, a cold scientist, a sick king, a woman who could not see. Tonight the lights go out behind your eyes. The candle on the desk goes low. The chair is already pulled out. The mirror has 10 minutes when it cannot lie. Walk in, lay your hand on the folder, walk out. The mirror's first lie. Work harder. The lightning man closed his eyes in a dark room and built whole machines inside his own head. You are pouring fresh water into a jar with a hole in the bottom. Every hour spent on yesterday's noise is one more cup poured straight onto the floor. The hard workers spend their whole life mopping another man's floor. They run laps around a house with no front door. The lights inside go out one by one. Nobody comes home. Late 1800s. A thin man named Nikola Tesla closed his eyes in a dark room and built whole motors inside his own head. He ran them there for 2 weeks before he drew a single line. When he finally drew them on paper, the drawings were perfect. The machines worked on the first try. They ran on tamed lightning. Across the river, Thomas Edison wore out 10,000 light bulbs in a hot workshop, his shirt soaked through to the bone. Edison broke 10,000 bulbs. Tesla broke none. Why? Because Edison was fighting yesterday's broken bulbs. Every burned-out bulb was a broken thing on his bench. Yesterday's failure. Yesterday's dinner. The fight is already over. Fighting yesterday's bulbs is a clown's job. You are yelling at a train. The train left the station an hour before you got there. Your beta brainwave is the loud alarm inside that empty house. You stress, you push, you cry. Your forehead rests on a cold steel door. The hinge stays frozen. The door has all night. You do not. Late 1903. The U.S. Army paid a famous Smithsonian professor a small fortune to build the first flying machine. He hired loud workers. He bought loud parts. His machine fell straight into a cold river the day they tested it. The same year, 2 bicycle boys from Ohio sat on a sand dune and watched birds. 4 quiet years. No money, no school, no noise. The bike boys flew. The professor sank. Different years, different jobs. The same quiet room. The same door no loud worker ever found. The voice that told you no is an old echo in an empty hallway. The mouth that made it walked out years ago. Your theta wave is the master key. Beta screams. Theta slides. It slips under the door of the room where every choice gets made. It makes no sound. It owns the room. Theta is not the master. Theta is the door. You are what walks through. The room behind the door was always yours. Your name is carved into the desk before you ever sat down. Keep this in your pocket. The door is not on the street. The door is inside your own head. Its name is Theta. One question is still missing. Where, inside your head, is this Theta backdoor? And when does it open? The next chapter gives you the exact hour. Try to force it with stress and noise, and Theta will not open tonight. You will lie there, awake, until sunrise. The mirror's second lie. The door is locked. The bald man fell asleep on purpose, and the door opened from the inside. The loud teachers sell you sugar on a rusted hook. They order you to yell at the mirror. They make you jump. They make you shout. Your body shakes. Your throat starts to hurt. Nothing moves. Your wallet stays empty. Your mirror stays cold. You are throwing rocks at a guard dog in broad daylight. Edison's lab, deep into the night. The same loud man who burned 10,000 bulbs in daylight had a quieter trick after dark. He sat in his armchair, held a fistful of cold steel balls in each hand, palms open over a metal plate on the floor. Then he let himself drift towards sleep. The moment his fingers went soft, the steel balls fell. The sharp clatter woke him with the answer his loud day could never find. He walked back to his bench and built it. The phonograph, the motion picture camera, the working light bulb. Edison ended up with 1,093 patents to his name, more than any one man in history. Almost every one of them was caught in that drowsy hour between awake and asleep. In 1930s Spain, Salvador Dalí copied the exact trick with a brass key over a tin plate. The key fell. The clatter woke him. He walked straight to the canvas and painted the melting clocks of The Persistence of Memory, the most famous painting of the 20th century. Same hour, same drop, different hands, same prize. Read it twice. You do not wake the dog at noon. You wait until its eyes close on their own. When you force happy thoughts, you are fully awake. Your old scared brain hears the alarm. It throws your happy words back into your tired face. Your body is built to panic. It loves the cage. Every loud try clicks one more lock shut. The thick stone wall has 1 weak hour each night. It comes just before sleep. The world calls it SATS. The room with no guards. The door the guards forgot to lock. You walked into this body on purpose. You came to write a life with your own hand, not to read someone else's. The door you came in through is still wide open behind you. SATS is the hinge. You are not in the body. You are wearing the body the way a hand wears a coat. The coat has never moved on its own. The hand moves first. In SATS, the beta guards snore on the cold floor. The back door swings open. You walk straight into the main control room. No fight, no noise. Do this in 5 minutes. Tonight, turn off every light in the room. Lie flat on your back on the bed. Let the body sink heavy as a wet stone. Now count slowly backward from 50. With each number, let one slow breath fall, like one step down a quiet wooden staircase. By the count of 20, the limbs will feel warm and far away. By 10, the inside of the eyelids will start to glow soft purple or gold. That glow is the door cracking open. You are now standing inside SATS, the exact hour Edison and Dalí used to pull the answer out of nowhere. Hold there for 1 quiet minute. Do not plant any order yet. Just learn the feeling of the room. Tomorrow's chapter is what you carry into it. Carry this with you tonight. The door opens every night, 10 minutes before sleep. The hour has a name, SATS. free, no permission, no password. Getting into SATs is only step one. Lying inside SATs with nothing ready in your head is wasted time. The next chapter gives you the one clear picture you must plant in that hour, so the body has no choice but to obey. Miss it, and SATs turns into a quiet bedroom and nothing more. The mirror's third lie. The world will not listen. The cold scientist found the one small sound the body has no choice but to obey. A man pushes his shoulder against a brick wall for 40 winters. The wall does not move. His shoulder breaks first. The wall stays quiet. In spring, the bricks are still standing. He is gone. You are that man every time you beg the world to change. Russia, 1897. A cold scientist named Pavlov had hungry dogs. He gave them no speech. He showed them no photo of food. He fired no gun in the air. He simply tied one sound to one piece of meat. A small metal bell. A drop of spit. Again. 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 Soon, no meat. Only the bell. The dogs' mouths fill with water anyway. Their bodies obey a sound. The animal is a puppet. The string is one quiet bell. You are the only hand in the room. The world outside is wet clay. Every angry boss, every cold face, every locked door is the same wet clay waiting for your fingerprint. The clay has never pushed back. The clay was always you, looking at your own hand from the other side of the room. When you slide into theta waves, the brain becomes an empty, dark box. The hands disappear, the feet disappear. The hard brain melts like warm wax in the sun. The back door is wide open. In the theta dark, the brain goes blind. It cannot tell a real touch from a dream picture. It eats the dream as real food. It drinks the dream as real water. Your words stop being soft like clouds. They turn into hard orders for a quiet army. Yesterday's broken bulbs have no voice. They have no brain. They cannot say no. They must bend. Do this in 5 minutes. Pick one picture, one final prize. Make it sharp as glass. Play it 3 times in the sleepy dark. 3. Not 4, not 10. 3 clean prints. Nothing else. When the third print lands, you will hear a small clatter inside your chest. That is the ball dropping. That is the answer arriving. The same sound Edison heard every night. Take this in your hand. One sharp picture, planted 3 times in the sleepy dark. That picture is your bell. The body has no choice but to chase it later. Plant your picture every night before sleep. Skip even one night, and the TV, the news, and the loud voices around you will plant their pictures in your head instead. The next morning, your body wakes up and chases their goals, not yours. The mirror's fourth lie. You must fight for it. The sick king walked onto the floor with fever in his bones and lifted the crown without raising his voice. They taught you to count every step. They forced you to crawl through the thick mud of yesterday's broken bulbs. They want you tired. They want you broken. A tired hand never lifts the crown off the table. The coldest masters do not need to count every move. June 11th, 1997, Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Michael Jordan walked into the arena with a fever so high he could barely stand. The trainer told him to sit out. The reporters wrote him off before the game began. He played anyway. Eyes hollow, skin gray. He scored 38 points. He hit the winning shot with 30 seconds left. He collapsed into Pippin's arms when the buzzer went off. The Bulls won the game. His brain dropped into a smooth, dark river. Alpha waves slid quietly into theta waves. He read every shot on the floor before he took it. He knew. Knowing is colder than thinking. Knowing is sharper than trying. Trying is for the weak. Knowing is for the quiet ruler. Right now you are still trying. That is why the table keeps sliding 1 inch farther from your hand. The theta space pulls the floor out from under every loud fighter in the room. The coldest power on Earth is quiet as fresh snow falling on a tin roof. You do not hope. You do not beg. You walk through the back door. You look at the prize. You stamp your name on it. You take it. You are not the man at the door asking for the crown. You are the king who built the door. You are the hand that laid the crown on the table. You are the table. Do this in 5 minutes. Close the eyes for 10 short seconds. Drop a cold, quiet feeling into the middle of your chest. It belongs to you now. No wish, no prayer. Say it once. Hold it still as stone. Hold this in your head. You do not beg. You do not shout. You drop the cold feeling in your chest, stamp your name on the prize, and walk out the back door. The crown is yours inside the dark room. The body outside the dark room does not know yet. The body will fight back. Skip the next chapter, and by sunrise, the body will fight back and drag you into the old life again. By noon, the old face will be back in the mirror. The next chapter shows you exactly how to stop this. The mirror's fifth lie. The face is the only face you get. A blind woman watched her own brain see again with her eyes still closed. Your body is a stubborn dog. It remembers the old master. It will bite the new hand. It will throw the new crown into the mud. It will scream at you in the morning. It will twist your stomach. It will burn your skin. It will whisper that you are a liar. In 2015, doctors in Hanover, Germany opened a case file they could not close. The patient is called BT. She had not seen light for more than 10 years. The brain scan showed the seeing part of her brain dark and quiet, like a cinema after closing time. Every doctor wrote the same word on the chart: forever. BT had a strange illness. 10 different people lived inside her one body. Each one had a different name. Each one had a different voice. Some of them could see. Some of them were blind. The doctors hooked her up to a brain scan and watched what happened when she switched. When a blind person was in charge inside her, the eyes saw nothing. The brain scan stayed pitch black. The doctors waved a hand right in front of her face. She did not blink. 1 second later, a different person inside her took over. Same eyes, same room. But now she could see. She picked up a book from the table and read it out loud. The brain scan lit up. The doctors switched her back to the blind one. The eyes went black inside one heartbeat. They switched her again. The eyes saw again. They did it 9 times in a row. Same answer every time. The eyes worked when the name inside believed they worked. Same eyes, different name, different result. One case is not a cure for every blind eye. One case is a single crack in a wall doctors thought was solid. BT did not learn to see. She remembered the eyes were never the ones seeing. You are not behind your eyes. You are looking out from behind every face inside every mirror you have ever walked past. Tesla's lightning, Edison's clatter, Pavlov's bell, Jordan's crown. All of them ran on one current. The current is humming inside your skull right now. That is the raw power of the Theta backdoor. SATS is not a cold hospital room with bright lights and machines beeping. SATS is a warm, quiet room with one low brass lamp on a wooden desk. The old name you have worn your whole life slides off your shoulders the way a heavy coat slides off in a warm room. You step out of the room without it. The lamp clicks off behind you on its own. The old coat stays folded on the chair. No past behind you. No waiting line in front of you. The choice already sits on the table, polished and ready. Everything is quiet and perfect inside the Theta dark. But watch your back tomorrow morning. The moment your eyes open, the old life comes knocking on the door of your head. The old voice starts talking like it owns the place. The old face in the mirror tries to look familiar again. Old habits leave wet footprints on the kitchen floor and tell you those footprints are yours. Keep this line near the front door of every morning. The morning noise is not your enemy. It is the body shaking off the old coat. The shaking always stops. The new walk stays. 5 people stopped believing the mirror. 5 faces changed in the dark. Tomorrow at sunrise, walk past the glass on the wall. Look once. You do not need a new name. The real you has been inside you the whole time, behind every face you have ever worn in that mirror. Stand in front of the mirror tonight and say it out loud. I am.